In the vast, empty expanse of space, where light barely touches the surface of planets and silence reigns supreme, an anomaly appears, an unidentified black sphere positioned perfectly in orbit around Mars. It comes without warning, without any detectable movement, as if it has always been there, waiting. No signals, no radiation, no gravitational disturbance. It is simply there. The sphere absorbs all light, reflecting nothing, its surface resembling a void in the very fabric of space itself. Back on Earth, the world's top scientific minds struggle to comprehend what they are seeing. Is it a natural phenomenon? A rogue planet? A vessel of extraterrestrial origin? The theories are endless, but the facts are minimal. Governments scramble for answers while the public reacts with fear, awe, and speculation. Religious groups hail it as a divine sign, while others suspect something far more sinister. The decision is made: a manned mission must be sent to investigate. The risk is undeniable, but the necessity of understanding this celestial object outweighs the dangers. Humanity cannot ignore such an event. A crew is assembled, equipped with the best technology available, and tasked with uncovering the secrets of the sphere. The ship, Achilles, is launched into space, carrying 6 individuals who will face something beyond their comprehension. Their mission: reach the sphere, analyze it, and return with data. But none of them are prepared for what awaits them. Aboard the Achilles, each crew member has been handpicked for their skills, expertise, and psychological resilience. These are not ordinary astronauts. They have been chosen because of their ability to handle high-stakes, unpredictable situations. At the helm is Carla Gray, the mission commander, a woman known for her unshakable resolve and sharp decision-making. Though strong-willed and professional, she carries deep emotional wounds. The loss of her daughter haunts her, a pain she has learned to suppress but never forget. The emptiness of space does not bother her, but the unknown, what they are about to encounter, does. Sun, the pilot, is responsible for navigating Achilles through the delicate orbits of deep space. He is a seasoned astronaut, methodical and precise, but even he is unnerved by the thought of approaching something so alien and unexplained. Ulf, the engineer, ensures that the ship systems remain operational. He trusts machines more than people, and in his mind, as long as the Achilles remains functional, everything else is secondary. Tez, the lead scientist, is the heart of the research team. A woman of logic and data, she believes that every mystery has an answer, no matter how strange. Her mind is wired for discovery, and the sphere represents the greatest puzzle of her career. C, the communications officer, is responsible for detecting any possible transmissions or signals from the sphere. He approaches the mission with excitement, but harbors an underlying sense of dread. Something about this object feels wrong, as if it should not be disturbed. Finally, Sean Walsh, the security officer, is skeptical from the very beginning. Unlike the others, he is not here for science or discovery. His job is to ensure the safety of the crew, and everything about this mission feels like a trap waiting to be sprung. Together, they embark on their journey, their thoughts racing as they approach something no human has ever seen before. The journey to Mars takes months. To preserve their strength, the crew is placed in hibernation stasis, their bodies suspended in sleep as the ship drifts toward its destination. Achilles is equipped with the latest autopilot technology, ensuring that their course remains steady. As they sleep, the sphere remains silent, waiting for their arrival. Then, after 8 long months, the ship's systems activate the awakening sequence. The crew slowly regains consciousness, emerging from their stasis pods with sore muscles and groggy minds. The ship's instruments confirm what they already knew: they have reached Mars. But as they adjust to wakefulness, an unexpected transmission floods the ship's communication system. A single word, repeated in every known human language, over and over again. Deus. The crew is stunned. The sphere, which had remained dormant for so long, is now broadcasting across all known frequencies. The word repeats without variation, without delay. No one can explain it, and more disturbingly, how does it know every language on Earth? Despite their unease, the crew presses forward. Their mission is clear. They must approach the sphere and analyze it up close. The ship moves cautiously toward the black mass, but their instruments pick up nothing. No heat, no radioactivity, no detectable material composition. It is as if the sphere does not exist. Then, as they close in, the ship malfunctions. The Achilles begins to drift out of control, pulled by an unseen force. Alarms blare as the crew scrambles to restore power, but the engines refuse to respond. It is as if the ship is being dragged toward the sphere by an invisible hand. Panic sets in. They are moving too fast. Impact is inevitable. But instead of crashing, they pass through. The sphere swallows them whole. The moment the Achilles enters the sphere, the universe outside vanishes. The stars, the planets, even the blackness of space itself, all gone. The ship is now suspended in an empty void where time and space have no meaning. Their instruments go completely dark. The ship is functioning, but nothing registers, as if they have left reality itself. Then they see it. Outside the ship, a landscape emerges, vast and incomprehensible. It is neither a planet nor a structure, but something in between. A barren, endless terrain, stretching infinitely in all directions, made of shifting, black, liquid-like material that moves as if alive. And in the distance, a figure stands. It is humanoid in shape, but impossibly tall, its form shifting, unstable, as though struggling to remain solid. It does not move. It does not breathe. It watches. Then, the voice returns. Not from the ship, not from the radio, but inside their minds. "Welcome home?" The words do not belong here. Terror grips the crew as their bodies freeze in place. Something is terribly, deeply wrong. And then, C collapses. The communications officer lets out a choked gasp, his body convulsing violently. His eyes roll back, his skin pales, and before anyone can react, he disintegrates into dust. C is gone. Not dead, erased. And the remaining crew realizes the horrifying truth. They were not meant to explore the sphere. They were meant to become part of it. The sphere has been waiting for them, and now it has begun to choose. The Achilles is no longer in space. The moment it was swallowed by the sphere, it left behind the universe it once knew. The infinite void outside its windows, the shifting black landscape beneath it, the absence of any recognizable celestial bodies. All of it confirms a horrifying truth. They're somewhere else. The ship's instruments are useless. Every scanner, every sensor, every monitor displays nothing, not even empty space. The ship is functional, but it is not detecting anything at all, as if the fundamental laws of reality have ceased to exist. And yet something is here. The being they glimpsed outside, the shifting humanoid figure standing in the distance, watching, remains motionless. There is something profoundly wrong about its presence. It is neither solid nor transparent, neither close nor far. It simply exists, in the way nightmares do, real enough to terrify, yet beyond physical understanding. And then there was C. Only minutes ago, the communications officer had collapsed, convulsing as if something had crawled inside his mind. Then, before the others could react, his body crumbled into dust, his existence erased in an instant. No remains, no blood, no sign that he had ever been there at all. Panic surges through the crew, their minds struggling to grasp what they just witnessed. One of them is gone. Not dead, gone. They do not even have the luxury of mourning. The reality is setting in, and with it, an undeniable, soul-crushing certainty. They are not alone in here, and whatever is with them, it is in control. Tez, the scientist, moves frantically through the ship, her trembling hands struggling to process the data she has gathered. But every calculation, every reading, every attempt to make sense of their situation yields only one impossible answer. The sphere is alive. Not just a structure, not a vessel, not a natural phenomenon, a sentient entity. It has existed for countless millennia, drifting through the universe like a ghost, consuming everything it touches. But it does not destroy. It assimilates. It does not come to annihilate civilizations. It does not seek war or conquest. It searches. For what? For something greater. And now it has chosen them. The word it has been repeating, deus, was not an introduction. It was not a claim. It was a question. It is looking for a god, not one that already exists, but one that can be created. And now it is testing them. Sean, the security officer, is already in full survival mode. His instincts are screaming at him, telling him what he already knew before they even left Earth. This mission should never have happened. The others came to study, to explore, to understand, but he came to survive. And now, as he grips his weapon, heart pounding, watching the others unravel, he knows that the only way out of this is to fight. Ulf, the engineer, tries to rationalize what is happening. His mind refuses to accept that something so unnatural, so impossible, is real. He tells himself that this is some kind of illusion, a simulation, that maybe the sphere is playing tricks on them. But deep down, he knows the truth. Tez, the scientist, has stopped talking entirely. She is fixated on the monitors, scrolling through endless data, watching patterns shift in ways that should not be possible. She wants to understand, but understanding means falling deeper into the abyss. Carla, their leader, feels something worse than fear creeping into her mind. Something is calling to her. A presence is whispering to her, not in words, but in thoughts, memories, emotions that are not her own. And then, suddenly, she sees her daughter, her dead daughter. It is an illusion. She knows it, but it feels real, more real than anything she has ever experienced. The sphere is reaching inside her mind, pulling at the one thing it knows she cannot resist. It does not demand. It does not threaten. It offers a chance to see her daughter again, a chance to rewrite the past, a chance to become something more than human. Carla tries to resist, but it is so easy to listen, and the others can see it happening. Her breathing slows. Her expression becomes blank. She is drifting away from them. Sean grabs her, shaking her violently, snapping her out of whatever trance she was falling into. But the damage is already done. The sphere has chosen her. Desperation takes hold. Sean, Ulf, and Tez realize they cannot stay here. Every second that passes, they feel themselves being pulled deeper into the entity's grasp. They have to leave. Ulf scrambles to restore power to the ship's engines. If they can just regain control, they might be able to break free from whatever force is holding them here. But the ship is failing. Every system is shutting down. The walls of the Achilles are beginning to distort, twisting as if reality itself is bending. The space around them is becoming fluid, reshaping, twisting in impossible ways. And then the figure outside moves. For the first time, it takes a step forward, a single step, and the void shudders. The lights inside the ship flicker. The weight of its presence presses down on them, crushing, suffocating. Sean fires his weapon. A meaningless act. The bullets vanish before they even reach their target, swallowed by the entity's overwhelming force. Then Carla speaks, but her voice is not her own anymore. The moment they hear her, they know she is already gone. The whispers have taken her, just as they took C. But she does not collapse into dust. She transcends. Her body rises, her form shifting, her presence no longer entirely human. She looks at them, but she does not see them anymore. She sees everything. She is no longer Carla Gray. She is something else. Sean tries to reach her, to pull her back, but before he can, the ship begins to dissolve. The Achilles was never going to leave. This place was never a prison. It was a doorway. And now, Carla has stepped through. Back on Earth, Mission Control receives one final transmission. The signal is weak, barely intelligible, but it is undeniably human. It is Carla's voice. But there is something different. It is calm, knowing, absolute. And she says only one word, Deus. Then the transmission cuts to black. The Achilles is never heard from again. And the sphere? It vanishes, leaving behind only questions. Did they die? Did they become something else? Did the sphere find what it was searching for? The world will never know. But somewhere in the endless fabric of existence, it is still searching. And when it finds the next ones, It will ask again, who will ascend?